Hello, 7th grade. Today we're going to be talking about ratio problems that involve totals. Now, if we remember from the first time we did ratios, a ratio compares a part to a part. So a ratio compares part to part. And ratios are very, very useful, but they don't have a total. So we're now going to try to find some totals, and if we notice we have a part, we don't have the total. So a ratio is not quite the most useful thing in the world when we get these problems. So the question is, what are we going to do when we need to find something with a total? So I'll show you guys an example problem real quick. And that example problem is that we have acrobats and clowns with a ratio of 3 to 5. So acrobats to clowns at this circus have a ratio of 3 to 5. And then after that we say that there are a total number of 24 performers. 24 total performers. So normally, performers does not have an A in it. Normally we would look at this and try to scale up one of the numbers up to a different part that we have at the end, but this is acrobats right here, this is clowns right there, none of them are the total, and something needs to scale up to the total. So what we're going to do is we're just going to make a new ratio. So I'm going to do that right here, and now we're going to have acrobats to clowns to total. So we are just adding on to our ratio a little bit. Now instead of being a 2-part ratio like we had here, we're going to have a 3-part ratio, and that is entirely okay. So the question is, if we have 3 acrobats to 5 clowns, so 3 acrobats to 5 clowns, how many total performers do we have? And the answer to that is 3 plus 5 is 8. So 3 plus 5 equals 8. So the total number in this ratio, if we had 3 acrobats and 5 clowns, would be a total of 8. So now that we have that, we know that we need to end up with 24 total performers. So our 3 to 5 to 8 has to give us something to 24. And a way we can solve this is using our cross products with ratios that we talked about last week. And what we do here is that we're going to turn these into fractions, because fractions are things that we know how to deal with. And I'm going to have 3 to something is going to be equal to 8 to 24. And with that, I can figure out exactly how many acrobats I have. So 3 to something is equal to 8 to 24. I do my cross product here and get 8 of these is going to be equal to 3 times 24. If we do a bit of multiplication and a little bit of division, so we multiply 3 by 24, that gives us 72 equals 8 times something. And we know that 8 times 9 equals 72, so our question mark has to be 9, so there were 9 acrobats. 9 acrobats. So just to summarize our strategy, what I did there is our strategy was to make a ratio with the total. And the way we made a ratio with the total was by adding parts, by adding the parts that already come with the ratio. And after that, we just deal with it like it is a completely normal ratio, because pretty much it is. So it's doing things that we've already seen after we figure out how to add on the part that's the total. So looking at a different one, I'm going to say that there is a bus company, and the ratio of small buses to large buses is 2 to 7. So I have small to large is 2 to 7. 2 small buses for every 7 large buses. And then I'm told that it has 87 large buses, and it wants to know how many total buses it has. So just like last time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by adding a total right here. 2 plus 7 is 9, so that would be 9. 2 plus 7 is 9. And then looking down, I'm going to try to scale this up. So I'm going to rewrite this ratio right here, 2 to 7 to 9. And I know that the number of large buses, when I scale it up, is going to end up at 84. It's going to end up at 84. Don't know what this is, and I don't know what that is. So if I'm trying to figure out what the total is, that would be this number right here. That's the total. And from there I can see that 9 to something is the same as 7 to 84. And this one's going to be a little bit of a crazy mathy problem. That's okay. We're going to take our cross product again. That's going to go there and there. So we have our question mark times the 7 and 9 times 84. Wow, that is a very large number. That is okay. I'm just going to skip the math. I hope you guys don't mind too much. I know you guys know how to multiply these and divide, so instead of showing that, I'm going to skip right to the chase and let you know that the question mark is going to be equal to 108. And so there are 108 total buses in this bus fleet, which is pretty cool. So that's pretty much all we have for today. Being able to, one more time, add a third column here. Add this third column to be able to find the total, and then just using it like a normal ratio with our cross products. That's all I got. I'll see you guys in class.